finally get the courage to ask why I'm getting this so suddenly. "Oh, Mr. Anon, you're just a good worker and the higher-ups decided instead of making sure you don't say anything about last night we reward you for your bravery and quick thinking." I asked about the chubby guy I found. He simply said not to worry and that we won't see him ever again. I didn't stay at he paid way more than the double pay I was already getting, and it came without the added baggage of whatever the fuck they were doing at this place. To tie up a single loose end you may have been thinking about. The only reason I'm able to tell this story in the detail I have without worrying about ramifications is due to the fact that none of those who worked there when I did no longer work there. My boss died in a car accident in December. Many of the TLS either got fired or left entirely. And besides those four, I was the only one left from that night who still knows anything from that night even happened. Don't know if those other TLS even remember that night either, so this adds another layer of shit to that. As for what happened to the chubby guy, the official story that went around the office was that I was some brave man who caught a homeless robber in the act and was able to apprehend him. When in reality I'm pretty sure if that guy wanted me dead I would have been dead 100%. I'm more than 100% that chubby guy ended up dead somewhere. Rumor in the office was that no footage from that night was ever found due to electronic malfunction. Everything just lined up like some giant conspiracy. But fearing more for my financial state than my actual life, I kept my mouth shut. Have heard rumors of some who tried speaking out on stuff getting sued and losing terribly. I don't know what really happened to that guy, nor do I care to really find out. All I know is that night I found there were many in life much scarier than ghosts or demons. As soon as we hang up I continue my trek and keep looking through the gunk and leftover papers, wondering what the fuck I just stumbled into. I see something at the corner of the room. A lone filing cabinet. Wide open. Bunch of files there, and I decide to read some shit like company finances from like 2005 and shit. Nothing special except one drawer. Reports. Curiosity got the better of me. I check the files and it's full of reports from over the years. You name it, it's there. Drugs, sexual abuse, verbal abuse, all sorts of shady underhanded shit that's gotten reported that you swear. And the dates all go up to the time when I worked: 2018, 2019. See the reports I made for David, if any of you remember that story. This is essentially a dumping ground for all the shit that's been reported and locked up so it doesn't get leaked out to the public. This is some Illuminati tier shit. From then, I felt that sense of someone looking at me. I turn around and there he was. This chubby scruffy man. Had to be in his 40s. He starts yelling, "What the fuck are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. Get out." For half a second I almost asked him the same, but I was too scared and began to bolt out of there. I can hear his chasing me and I decide to go full retard and jump through the hole where the ceiling piece I removed earlier was. Wake up in a little cabin in the fucking jungle. Hear something making weird sounds. A fucking long neck looks into my hut. Scared of it so much I fall back asleep. Wake up several times because I need to escape it. Wake up a final time with it trying to eat me. Scream. Long neck doesn't like it and goes away. Wake up again much later. Trees are gone. It's hot outside. Metal smell. Wake up much later. People are walking through. I can feel them. Try to make them go away. Realize my effort is making people die fighting them. Sleep again. Wake up again. Someone has drilled a hole in my cabin window. Contaminated air seeping in. Viruses. Get vomity and sick and have to leave. Everyone is weird looking, monstrous. They are determined for something and start to howl at each other if anyone disobeys. Men are forcing their daughters to hunt and gather. I go white knight mode and try to help. Wake up again. Sound of a head thunk. Run towards it. Too late. Person is crying. Whoever hit them hugs them. Figure things are alright. Go back to sleep. Sleeping is much harder since my cabin/hut was contaminated. Wake up to the smell of food. Someone has put cooked food in my hut. The smell makes me viciously addicted instantly. Can't stop waking up every few hours to eat more. I am angry as fuck. Who did this to me? Run to where the smell comes from. Some old lady's restaurant. I am furious. Freak out. She is very rude to me. Says she fed a starving old man. Tells me to go home. Wake up again. Same bitch put a chocolate malt in my hut. Instantly crave malt and know I'm addicted to it just like the meat. Run back to the restaurant. Does the same thing and says she has to do it or else I'll starve. Have never eaten in my life. Fuck this old bitch. Can't sleep anymore. Gut became activated or something. Have to eat. Can't digest vegetation. No idea how or where the fuck to get food. It's dark. Walk to the restaurant. Old woman is cooking her own food in her house, not the restaurant. Enter anyways. Don't understand what's going on. Old lady is mad but feeds me soup. Next day old lady demands I work to repay her for breaking into her house. And for the soup. What the fuck? Have to rake some leaves or some shit for her. Feel appalled as I am some kind of deity or something that was never born. But she is just a person. How can she tell me what to do? Fuck her. Go back to the cabin. It doesn't work. Air gives me a headache. Something molded. It's hot in there. Fuck. What now? Go back to the restaurant. These are the only two places I know so far. People tell me to walk to town and work for money to pay for food. Walk. Didn't get to town but found a base. They were cool. No food but I shot a rifle and learned about the army. Don't remember what happened next. Wake up back in the cabin. Many memories are missing. Eventually I get hurt. Brain damaged, can no longer function. Basically paralyzed. The man who drilled a hole into my window gets blamed and has to take care of me as punishment. It doesn't work so good. He's dumb, impatient, and abusive. Why'd they put me in his care? Shit goes to hell real fast. More missing memories. Soon after I start to recover, I get injured again. Something bit me. More brain damage. More lost memories. Finally come to and gain control over myself. But it's much too late. Feel like there's something wrong with me forever. Never fully recover. Years later I fully believe I am this guy's son. Totally brain damaged. Hobbling. Whatever. He treats me like a normal kid growing up in the 90s. Anxious the whole time. Later on in life my memories would all be revealed to me. Later on in life, Dad beats my ass because he suddenly remembers. Cops kick me out saying I'm not really his son. I don't know what the fuck is going on. End up in the mental hospital. They check me out. I am not his kid. It's the end of 2020 and I don't know what is happening now. Psychiatrists, psychologists, and counselors all do not believe. I still don't believe it all real. They did trauma reliving therapy to see if I got raped or molested and made a fake past. Nope. The dinosaurs were real memories, not fake ones. They cannot understand how I would have faked through the therapy. What the ever-living fuck? These are all real. I'm some kind of god? Check the cabin on Google Maps. It's still fucking there. Just covered in thrush and fallen apart / partially burned down. This is a real story. I'm going to repost a story I shared in a Mexican Stories thread because it fits the theme here. This story was sent to me over a year ago, and I green texted it to share on 4chan. Note: I'm not great at green text. Anyway, the story itself is very bizarre and I'm not sure if you will enjoy it, but I did. Mom's family is mixed low race. We don't usually interact with our indigenous family because we live in California and they live in Oaxaca. Turning 15 years old, I go out to spend a month in Oaxaca with my grandpa and my family. Grandpa is a native guy, and he's hunted all his life. He's also an excellent tracker. He decides he wants to take me hunting even though I've never even used a gun before. Shows me how to shoot before we leave so that I'm not entirely clueless. FFW a couple hours. Grandpa and I are deep into the Oaxacan forest. We hear a noise. Grandpa can't identify it. He pauses listening. Tells me to walk until I'm about so meters ahead of him and then stop. Says it will help us locate where the sound is coming from. I've never hunted. Nervous, but kind of excited too. I move slowly, deeper and deeper into the forest, as quietly as I can. Suddenly a deep fog rolls in, and I mean dear, it's everywhere.